Hey guys, it's Second Lieutenant Cameron here. A lot of people don't know what Lacie's Empire is, so I'm going to explain it for the people on YouTube and on TikTok. Lacie's Empire is a imaginary nation. Well, it's a territory, called a territory, it's a nation, that basically rose from a small, not very well known resistance that was called the C&L Resistance, which was Cameron and Lacie's resistance. And it's now a worldwide empire that takes over the world known as, well, Lacie's Imperial Homeworld. It went through 7 wars. It went through a war against an old friend of mine called Kelly in the imaginary nation, and everything's imaginary with it. And it went to war with an imaginary communist nation called Psycho Girls Union, who is not associated with the actual YouTuber named Psycho Girl. I just wanted to use her name because I decided to. And it went through three arachnid wars with the same arachnid species as in Starship Troopers. That movie inspired me. And it went to war with it had 2 civil wars against regiments that once were a part of it. And it ended up having one civil war against the 105th, which was a regiment in there that left, and a civil war with the 112th regiment that broke out and decided to cause a rebellion. So yeah, the whole basics of this is Lacie's Empire is a imperialist nation it's an imperialist democratic nation that goes under one flag and has a national anthem and has a leader who they see as a goddess and has a religion around her. The Empress, if many people don't know, is my girlfriend. I've talked about the fact that I've had a girlfriend in my 18th subscriber special video. This isn't my 20th or 21st subscriber special video, but I've talked about Lacie's Empire, and I've shown you videos of Lacie's Empire and what the flag looks like. You already know what the flag looks like and what the national anthem is. In case for those who haven't seen the video, well, for TikTok, this is the flag of Lacie's Empire, the full flag. All you see is my mouth right now. But yeah, that's the Lacie's Empire flag. Just a quick summary if you want to just a quick summary for YouTube. I will make a quicker summary for TikTok. But Lacie's Empire basically is an imperialist democratic nation that has a empress and a religion built around her, which is called imperialism. That's what the religion is. We call it Lacie's imperialism. And I can even show you right now. As a matter of fact, I've made a video about it, but I can show you my old M1 helmet. I've made a video about this, and that video got popular, but this is the Lacie's Imperial helmet. The 501st version, anyways. And yes, the 501st that number is inspired by Star Wars, but it's not directly connected to Star Wars. It is actually, I think, a real military organization, group number in the United States. But that's the Lacie's Imperial M1 helmet. Lacie's Empire is, even though it's an Imperial Democratic nation, it is based off of the United States in the 1950s, without the racism, the whole fear of communism. Only there's a Red Scare, fear of communism, and there's a Red Scare and a Gray Scare. Red Scare is about the fear of communism, it's taking over. The Gray Scare is the fear about fascists, like the Nazis, taking over. Lacie's Empire has not had to deal with any big Nazi-like factions, except for the 105th, which became that. The whole history of Lacie's Empire is it once was under the control of me under the name Cameron's Third Reich, which then changed to Cameron and Lacie's resistance, then Cameron and Lacie's army when we started becoming a little bigger, and then after we took out Kelly, it became Lacie's Empire. And that name was chosen and stayed for a while. The original Lacie's Empire flag was, as I showed you, was just this. It was just a dark blue background with a white L. But as you saw, as I showed you earlier in this video, it quickly changed. As Lacie's Empire as a nation started becoming more advanced and getting power and stuff. We don't use ballistic weapons anymore. We don't use ballistic weapons like regular bullets. We use plasma now. And we use plasma for everything. Plasma in our guns, plasma in our armor, in our cars, in our houses, in our schools. Basically in buildings, weapons, armor, vehicles, and medical supplies, we use plasma. We also have cybernetics. We have cybernetics, which is kind of like prosthetics, only it will like how prosthetics replace the look of someone's body part, how it replaces a missing body part, only it looks like your original body part. We also have mutants, people with powers, and we also I was inspired by Call of Duty to have this, but we also have a dimension called the Ether in it, like the Ether in Call of Duty, but it's inspired by that. It's not like that. But we have people with ethereal powers. And there's different groups. The three major nations besides Lacie's Empire in here are inspired by Iron Harvest: Polania, Roosevelt, and Saxony. And those are mainly inspired by them. And we do have occasional rebel issues, but we haven't had them in a big rebel problem since the fall of Psycho Girl. Well, since the 112th betrayed us. That's when we last had our big rebel problem. But we haven't had any recently, so everything's okay. Yeah, feel free to support Lacie's Empire. I will in my email. In my channel description, the about part, put a link to the image of Lacie's Empire's flag that you can download. You have permission to download it. You can download and share it with your friends, or download it and make it your YouTube, not your YouTube, but like if you have TikTok, you can make it your TikTok emblem as well. Just make sure you make the image a little smaller, the same size, but just so people can tell that. But yeah, basically that's what I wanted to inform you about, was that. I will make a shorter thing explaining to TikTok about it. My TikTok one is just going to be a short summary. This one's a lengthy one, though. So, yeah, that's all for this explanation video. This is Second Lieutenant Cameron, signing out for the Empress.